Hey, it's Matt from 360 Investigations, here answering two questions I've been getting asked a lot lately. First question, do I carry any climbing gear with me when I go exploring because I'm always alone? And second, if I do carry climbing gear, what type is it? Well, the answer to the first question is yes, I carry climbing gear with me. But before going into the second question, I have to put up a disclaimer because of the piece of equipment I'm using. I am in no way, shape, or form telling anybody to copy any of the information in this video or to use any of it. I'm simply relaying how I personally have used this and will continue to use this during my own explorations. So I'll be going over fact from fantasy when it comes down to this, and when you see the piece of equipment, you'll understand why. So let me get right into it. First, the piece of climbing gear that I actually use is a lightweight climbing rope. I have 40 meters of it, so that's 113 feet. Now that seems like a lot, and it may seem heavy, but this specific type of rope I looked into, and it's very, very lightweight. It's not heavy at all. And at the end of this video, I will show you the entire setup on how I carry all of this. So I want to point out that I have knots every 2 feet in this rope. And the reason for that is when you're climbing this, or when you're using this to climb, it's a lot easier to have knots that you can grab onto. Plus, if you wrap this around your leg, you can actually use your boot or your shoe to rest on the knot. So it's a lot easier so you don't, get out of breath climbing. And I will say that what I'm using this for, it's not as easy as it appears to be. You do have to have somewhat really good strength and a good pair of gloves, which is what I have here. So I bought these, I think, at Walmart or something like that. So I think I've got $10 or whatever it is, but they're really good, high-grade quality gloves. You don't want to climb in bare hands. Secondly, to wrap this whole thing up and how I carry this, I have what's called a cinch strap or climbing strap. I'm not sure what they're called, but basically it's a plastic hook on a strip of Velcro, and what it basically does is this. Fits through the loop, and then Velcro shut. So it's a lot easier to keep everything under control and maintain, how you want to do it. So it's very easy to come apart. So I'll be putting this together with about 5 of these things, real sloppily just so you can see, but it'll be much more organized. So let me go into the piece of equipment that I actually use now. Okay, I did a lot of research on this, and I've talked to paramedics, rescue workers, even people in the military. I've talked face-to-face with people who actually use this. So this is a grappling hook, and it's about 2.5 pounds. It's really sturdy. It's a solid steel hook. Now, when I got this, the bottom part unscrewed from the stem of this, and I didn't like that. So what I did was I took it to a professional welder, and I had the welder weld the base to the actual stem, so now this is even more sturdy. So technically one of these pins will wear out before this does. And how I attach the rope to the base is talking to mountain climbers. They all basically said a figure-8 knot, and then I decided to use a stopper knot on top of that. So this is very sturdy and very strong. Now how this works is that these claws all come out, but this piece stops it from doing so. So what you have to do is it unscrews, it drops down, and then it screws back together. So it cannot collapse or come out until hand. Now, the weight of this says it supports about 1,102 pounds. But let's be real here. It probably realistically supports about 500 or 600 pounds. So again, I want to separate fact from fiction. Now, that means one of these hooks can support full weight. I mean, I only weigh about 210, so this should definitely be more than enough to support me. So that brings me into the usage. How do I use this? Forgetting about the ninja movies and Hollywood, stupid people doing stupid things with this has given this a bad reputation. That's why when anybody ever hears it, the first thing that they think about is the movies. So let me get out of the way what you don't do with this. You don't swing from buildings. You don't climb 60-foot walls with this. You don't have 2 people on this. You don't do any of that, and you certainly don't swing with this. What I use this tool for is specific. I anchor myself to something before opening it up. Before going into any place. I have it anchored to a very piece of cement or anything else that's outside, or wrap it around a tree, and then I go in. So I'm already hooked on. If I have a 10-foot or 15-foot wall, which I've actually used it on, that's all you need. It's a cement wall you can climb up, and that's it. So if you happen to fall off or the hook wedge is loose, you're not going to take that much damage. You don't climb 25, 30-foot walls. You don't swing from this. That's garbage. So this is a basic anchor point with a very solid, it's kind of, you're just anchoring yourself. That's all you're doing. And that's really the only uses for it. Because if you happen to fall in by yourself, you're going to need a way to get out. And if nobody knows where you are, you're screwed. So this just adds an added measure of safety, and it's real easy and compact to show how this is put together. So I'm going to start the camera now, and then I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'll show you standing up exactly how I'm carrying this. So give me 1 second. And Matt for 360 Investigations. Hang tight, guys, and I'll be right with you. Okay, and so for purposes of this video, I just quickly gave this rope a wrap and tied it up with the straps you saw. And this is basically what it's going to look like. Now, I have this wrapped around like any climber would, but the interesting thing is that I have the hook at the top of my shoulder here, because this can actually rest on the backpack that I'm in the process of getting, so it takes even less weight off. It takes even more weight off. Now I can adjust the sides as I need to, because sometimes knots might press in, but I'm going to, again, this will be a lot, more organized and less sloppy than this, but I just wanted to give you guys a viewpoint of exactly how this gets carried. So, this is Matt for 360 Investigations. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll be looking forward to going on this huge trip that I'm in the process of planning and things like that, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks.